What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review. Big show tonight, the 1-year anniversary show of AEW, even though they debuted on October 2nd of last year. Obviously, it's going to be on a different day. So tonight, on October the 14th, will be the 1-year anniversary of AEW tonight, folks. And a lot of stuff going on. A lot of big title matches, which they already were ready to begin the first title match. No entrances, but it was between the Best Friends and FTR. What do I really have to say about this match? Nothing much, to be honest. It was okay, but come on, let's be honest here. Who really thought that FTR was really losing the titles? And it's the Best Friends of all people. So come on, did anybody any type of chance believe that they were ever gonna win the titles? Like, literally. And it was okay. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't really nothing special and whatnot. And I honestly, I paid attention to the match, but I was just kind of waiting for FTR to win, because I'm like, dude, the Best Friends ain't winning shit, and I just don't really like this team in general. Like, I like Trent Beretta, but I think Chuck Taylor is shit most of the time. But listen, I just didn't really see none from this. And then the oddest part about this entire match that just threw me off, and I felt this was a very unnecessary spot, but okay, who was it? It was like Trent, right? And I think it was like, what was it, Wheeler or Hardwood or whatnot? And they went to the outside, somewhat into the crowd, but actually, the crowd area and whatnot. And I think it was I think it was Trent, and Wheeler was kind of standing right there, and everything, and Trent was gonna go for a spear. Obviously, they had that video game machine right there for a reason, the arcade machine. So basically, Wheeler got out the way, and Trent speared himself into the whole video game arcade machine and crashed right through it. Basically, Hardwood and Dax were back in the Wheeler and Hardwood were back in the ring then. They were going to go for the Goodnight Express, but Taylor got out of it. Basically, Wheeler, I think he knocked down a referee, and he used the title belt to hit Chuck Taylor with for the roll-up pin. I give it to FTR for using old-school heel tactics to win the match and everything, but like I said before, I never really believed the Best Friends were ever gonna win, and that whole video game like arcade spot was very unnecessary. And then again, it just like, was that really kind of the finish of this match, to why Trent couldn't help continue to do it because he crashed through a video game machine? That was just pretty bad. And then what was even weirder, okay, Penelope Ford did run to the back earlier, but next thing you know, freaking Miro comes out and destroys them. So basically, and I'm going to get to the promo in a second, because, alright, they beat them up, and then they go against Sean Maluda and Lee Johnson, which Miro won with the accolade and whatnot, but next you know, Sabian starts getting all pissed off. He's trying to cut this promo, say, you've gone too far, destroying Allen, okay? And then Miro said, we're going to destroy you for what you did, and that the good friends will be. He said the good friends, by the way, not the best friends. But, you guys are going to pay what's going to happen. Which, this basically sets up a feud then, right? So, we're doing a feud between the best friends and Miro and Sabian over them destroying a video game machine that was near a wrestling ring, which I believe wasn't even plugged in, and I don't even think anybody was ever playing on to begin with. They're pissed over an arcade machine that we just saw for 10 minutes of a match that was kind of randomly there last week, and even I wonder why Miro was not out there to begin with. But, I've said this before, I haven't really, and I'm sure the people can vouch for me for this, that Miro's debut, ever since he got in AEW, has somewhat been very underwhelming. Honestly, I still think they should have never put him with Kip Sabian. He should have been like a monster out there. He should have been like on his own and beating up guys every week, picking up wins. But no, they got him along with this job guy right here, and it's not really going anywhere. Like, you had the Billy Mitchell dude show up last week, but this whole best man, first the tag match from last week, and now you're going to be in a feud with the Best Friends over a fucking video game machine. That's fucking stupid, okay? That's stupid. That's just, I don't even want to see this feud. That's how bad it was, okay? So I don't even want to see that. MJF and Wardlow came out, talked about the people that, we've accomplished more than a lot of you people out here have done in your entire lives. And basically that, they plan to stay on top. But they want to talk. MJF talked about he wanted to bring someone out he's looked up to that's been in the wrestling business, the top of the business. He says for 30 years. Chris Jericho came out with the Inner Circle. Of course, everybody sings the song, which I kind of like how MJF said you guys were off key. But Jericho though, which everybody had those Inner Circle jackets on, everyone. But MJF said, told Sammy like, "Hey, you got your jacket? It's a bit too big for you." But which was 100 sizes. I think Sammy said it was just too big for him. But Jericho says, "Put the jacket on, okay?" And then MJF want to talk about Jericho's abs, which even I said, so Jericho's in shape this week. It's like every other week, Jericho is either not in shape or he is in shape. It's like one week I saw him like many months ago, Wrestle Kingdom, he looked out of shape. He still wrestled a great match, but then he comes back to AEW like a couple weeks later, the guy's in way better shape than he was like 2 weeks ago during that time. So I don't know sometimes. And, MJF talked about his hair. He says, I want to touch hair. He says, you want to touch my hair? 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 And Jericho gave him permission to do it. And, Jericho said, cut this shit. What is this about? And he said, you had this earth-shaking announcement, so what is it? And MJF said, you're the demo guy and everything, so I should be the ratings ruler. And Jericho says, that sucked, okay? But MJF said, despite wanting to be the biggest stars and everything, we've never gotten to the squared circle and whatnot. It's talking about Animal Planet, but Jericho said he hates Animal Planet. And then MJF went on to say, we don't tune to, piranhas to eat each other, we're predators and whatnot. And, we could be doing this together. So, talk about if he wanted to join the Inner Circle and talk about his inner child and his inner sanctum and whatnot. But Jericho says, so do you want to join the Inner Circle? Yes or no? But Ortiz pretty much came in like, listen, man, we know you want to live out your fantasy about jerking Jericho's chain. It's a childhood dream, but we don't want you here, okay? You can't come to Inner Circle. But Jericho says, hold on, let's just think about this. And we'll elaborate over it to something big next week when we meet together for a steak dinner. A steak dinner. I'll admit, this was funny. I liked this segment. I actually thought this was pretty good between Jericho and MJF. But the fact that they're going to have a steak dinner next week, I don't know how many restaurants are open. Well, there are restaurants open, but I'm sure they'll have the steak dinner maybe in the ring or somewhere in the back. But they're going to have a steak dinner next week on Dynamite. Obviously, I feel like somebody maybe getting kicked out of Inner Circle, probably Sammy doing to being jealous or something's going to happen. But let's wait and see what happens as weeks go on. Next, we got this very odd Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone segment as they were in a spa together, and that she says she's the baddest bitch in AEW, and I guess Tony didn't have clothes on, and all the women were screaming with Rebel, and I guess they started waxing him, and she's just going to be her first match back, so next week she's going to be better than she ever was. First off, this whole segment was, I don't even know, okay? It's like, even my friend Steven said, you have to be on an acid trip to know what's going on here. And here's another thing. Didn't Britt Baker just come back like 2-3 weeks ago and had her comeback match, her return? So is she getting a second comeback or something? Because she wrestled like 2-3 weeks ago as her big comeback. So she gets a second comeback now for whatever reason. I'm like, whoa, she had a comeback like a few weeks ago. So how's she getting a second one? That doesn't make any sense. Cody Rhodes went against Orange Cassidy for the TNT title. Okay, there's a lot to say about this. First off, Cody is blonde again, and some say he had his own special tape out there with him, but he has the blonde hair back. Now, I question why Orange Cassidy even had a match to begin with when he had one 2 weeks ago. And here's what's even odder. I know the Dark Order was out there, and they ended up getting sent to the back, because, I think Cassidy did stop him by taking the title and everything. But, Cody sometime, and there are people that'll tell you this, Cody is just being a mark for himself, or he's just trying to get himself over. Even my friend pointed this out to me tonight. He went for a pedigree at one point and kind of stopped. So he probably knows people calling him obviously he just takes shots at Triple H. We already know that. We've seen the whole Sledgehammer Throne thing. But people have either compared him to Triple H, or even I've called him like Jeff Jarrett halftime of getting himself over and whatnot, which I feel like he still does, because I don't know why he still needed this belt back. But his cutter with that cutter. Oh God, that cutter, man. That, I don't know what that cutter was. That like I said, he has to be extra in his matches. This dude's doing a freaking fast. My friend said the best tonight, man. My friend Steve was like, "This is like a lethal injection," but he had to make that shit look super fancy out there, super fancy. And then they got Darby Allin looking in the crowd, right? So basically, he gets a title shot at Full Gear for the TNT title. First off, what did he do to get a title shot? This is random. I mean, wasn't he in a feud with Taz and his crew? So all of a sudden, he gets a title shot for some odd reason. I don't know what's going on with that. And I'm looking at this match, and okay, it's like it's taking Cody this long to beat Orange Cassidy, which I figured he was gonna win, but Cassidy came back and got out of Crossroads, hit the beach break, and I guess he was setting up for his punch, but tripped and was selling the leg and whatnot. And he tried to go for his mousetrap, but it was a time limit. So first off, let me get this straight. This dude beats Brody Lee in a freaking dog collar match, but now this week Orange Cassidy's taking you to the freaking limit. It's a draw of all. Beat him. It just took him a long time, even though Cody did beat him on later in time. If you want to go to callback, we can go back when they were doing this tournament for the TNT belt, and Cody did beat him and whatnot. But here's what gets me about this now. Why in the blue fuck are they giving him another title shot in the next 2 weeks? Okay, this is 3 times in a row now. Obviously, if you had Darby Allin as the damn number 1 contender or whatever, apparently, why don't you start building him up for the TNT belt again? Why does Cassidy need another match? This is 3 times now. As my friend Steve told me also tonight. I know I'm probably kind of going on different opinions here or whatnot, but why give him another title shot? It's either A, gonna overexpose, or B, this is just to gotta get Cody over, because Cody versus Darby is the money match. Even my friend Kyle, he just didn't watch the match because he doesn't want to see Orange Cassidy. He doesn't like him. But I was surprised. I'll say also that Cody changed his hair back to blonde, even though I think he looked like a golf student last week. For the past 2 weeks, everybody thought he was probably gonna go heel, but hey, he's just back to blonde again and whatnot. But still, though, that's how I'm trying to look at this match, but I just don't know why Orange Cassidy needs a 3rd shot. And then it's like, if Cody beats him, what was the point of doing this 3 times in a row? Because I never thought Cassidy was ever winning the belt to begin with, especially if he had a title shot 2 weeks ago. And it would make no sense. It would make no sense just to, hey, let's give him the belt after Cody won it. That would make 0 sense then. So, like I said, it's like, in his thing, the match wasn't bad per se. It just, I didn't think it was going to take all the time, and just given how, I don't know why a draw, why do another match in the next 2 weeks for whatever reason. Why does Darby Allin still have a title shot? I don't even get that. He gets a title shot. Why? I don't get that. They announced the rest of the people that's going to be in this AEW title tournament, which, who did they add? Pentagon Jr. in there, which I don't even know why he's going against Phoenix. We got Lucha Brother versus Lucha Brother with no build, and didn't even try to announce Pentagon in there. And I'm looking at the brackets in this tournament. Obviously, this whole tournament is designed to have Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page in the finals, so we all know that's coming. But, I'm looking at some of these people in this tournament. Why in the blue fuck you got fucking Janela out there or whatnot, if you get what I mean. Why is he facing Omega next week? Why is he even in the AEW title shot? Why? This guy does nothing but lose. Why would you put him in this tournament? That's stupid. I guess they just needed to throw a body at Kenny, but I feel bad for him that he has to face that guy next week. I'm sure Kenny, obviously like last time, Kenny will have to carry the match. He'll carry it, but why the fuck is Joey Janela even in this damn tournament for? Why? That's just stupid. Come on, tell me why. That's fucking dumb. Next, Matt Hardy was with his family at ringside saying he felt good, that, he wanted to be able to celebrate the 1 year anniversary. He said he's back and 100%, even though it looked like he never left to begin with, which I had this conversation with my friend Kyle Knight, and, yes, Matt Hardy was not medically cleared, but when he cut that promo a few weeks ago, I actually thought he'd be gone for the next few weeks. Like, okay, he's going to take some time off and everything due to the whole injury, but it's almost like one of those things, like, I can't miss you if you keep showing up every weekend. He was hurt, but it was just mostly him walking around with Private Party. Then he got attacked backstage. Because at first I was like, didn't this guy come out and cut a promo like the week before saying, like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a minute? But he was basically on TV every week. All out in the whole injury and whatnot. That's why we're still doing this Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy feud. But he said he's going to put Hardy back on the shelf and everything. As Hardy said, he's going to make Guevara's first order of business. So, yes, the Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara feud continue. Next, Tony Schiavone, who was in the ring with like a bingo drum for, like, throw the balls in like a raffle or whatnot, to have a fatal 4-way tag team next week to see who will become the number one contenders to face FTR at Full Gear. So they had Private Party, Alex Reynolds and John Silver, the Butcher and the Blade, and the Young Bucks, who just came out, stared at FTR, and they end up super kicking, like, one of the Private Party and I think one of the Dark Order guys, and then everybody started brawling. They started trying to go after the Young Bucks, the Butcher and the Blade in them, but Private Party came in and stopped them. The Bucks and Private Party shook hands, and then the Bucks super kicked them. Number one, what happened to the ranking system? Okay? Why are we doing a fatal 4-way to see who's going to be the number one contenders? Number two, why are we now determining these teams by a raffle? Like a freaking bingo drum thing. Like, okay, we're going to roll the ball in here. We're going to roll it. Who's it going to be? So what happened to the whole, ranking system that, I've already talked about this ranking system before of how it's just become very illogical. It doesn't make any sense at this point that, we got this thing, but I've said this before. It's like, okay, this person is ranked number 7, but they're getting a title shot for some reason. That doesn't make sense. And I don't even know who the number one, in the tag team is, but hey, we're just going to determine this by a fatal 4-way next week, and we're just going to pull a raffle. We're not even going to pay attention to the ranking system. At this point in the game, I even say just throw out the ranking system at this point. I don't think they even care, because there's been times where it's like, I thought it was a ranking system. I thought this person was number this, number that, and it did not work, okay? It didn't work. So obviously, I just think it's time for it to go, because if you have a ranking system, why are we using a raffle to determine who's going to be in a fatal 4-way? Just put the top teams who are in the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 spot. And boom, there you go. But no, we going to roll a raffle, though. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. That was just bad. Next, Hikaru Shida went against Big Swole for the AEW Women's Championship. I didn't even know this was even a match. Honestly, I don't even know why this was a match. And it was last minute. And apparently, okay, Big Swole's number 2, but Nyla Rose is number 1. And Nyla Rose has been barely on TV to even know she was still in the run-ins for the Women's Championship. Honestly, the match was okay at best. It was somewhat rough to look at. I only like the cutter going out the ring, but this was a rough match, and it was kind of whatever. I never really thought Big Swole was winning anyways, but it was whatever, honestly. It was just kind of rough. This was a rough one, okay? And then again, this was rushed at the last second, too. Why was this a match? Who made this a title match? Why was Big Swole even getting a title match? I swear I've seen Big Swole take more L's than she's taking wins. So where did she even get a title shot from to begin with? So I don't know what's going on with this. I honestly don't. Like I said, man, when it comes to them booking the women, it's just not really good. Some people actually put this on the company. I have friends that say that you got to blame the company for this one, given how they this match was even worked and why it was even there. But like I said, this is just like I said, the women is like the toughest thing on the company. But like I said, look who's booking this stuff. Next, though, we got a Wrestle Kingdom rematch. I know Archer attacked Moxley early in the night, and Moxley attacked him. Archer came out through like a glass with his name on it, which he had new music. Fun fact here, Lance Archer did have the same helmet on. He wore it back at Wrestle Kingdom back in January when he did face Jon Moxley for the IWGP US Championship. Listen, this was a good match, and this is a no disqualification, so I wanted to call it the Texas Death Match Part 2. This was good, but I think they needed more time in this match, okay? And yes, Eddie Kingston and, the Lucha Brothers were out there on commentary, which kind of gave me a reason to who to think was actually going to win this, okay? This wasn't a bad brawl, trust me. This doesn't really kind of equal up to their match of Wrestle Kingdom, even though they look like they did some spots I remember from the match, like the table spot with Moxley doing a freaking Death Rider through the tables and whatnot. And everything to, try to go for the pin. But, like I said, it wasn't a bad brawl or anything. It was good. Archer was trying to powerbomb him and whatnot. That didn't work. I know at one point Moxley tried to go for that Bulldog choke, but, Archer got up. Archer got DDT. He tried to go for the blackout, but Mox ended up rolling up into a crucifix for the win. So, yeah, folks, Archer, you couldn't beat him at the freaking Tokyo Dome. You couldn't win the U.S. title, didn't win the AEW title and the TNT title. I tried not to question more of Archer's booking, but even someone pointed this out to me tonight. Look what happened when he lost to Cody for the TNT belt. Where did Archer go? Nowhere. The guy was in damn near lower card. I'm not even gonna say mid card, lower card, until finally they kind of got him back in the main event spot. Now I don't even know where Archer goes after this. Okay. Lost TNT belt, lost to Moxley, and by the way, it ended 4 minutes earlier too. I thought it was gonna go all the way to the end. I just think they needed more time, especially for a match that you've been building up for a good minute now, for a month or two. So you've been building this match. This should have deserved a little bit more time out there. Even I actually thought Archer was kind of gonna get his payback this time on Moxley at the freaking Tokyo Dome, since they've been mentioning so much New Japan references, which I find it funny in a way that AEW, I found it so funny, like last week and everybody thought, when Tana was on there, all the AEW wrestlers started tweeting New Japan stuff like, the freaking, what was it, the Best of the Super Juniors coming up and the World Tag League. I'm like, dude, hey, these motherfuckers ain't about to be in that. We don't even know that's a real partnership yet, okay? So, folks are acting like they're already in New Japan. Like, dude, they're not about to just show up tomorrow in the next tournament and whatnot. Because don't get me wrong, some of these guys have wrestled there before. We know that, but ain't no partnership right now. So there you go. But yeah, like I said, I don't know where Archer goes on after this. I really don't. I guess we'll have to find out and see. But he attacked Moxley right after. But Kingston sent the Lucha Brothers in. Phoenix hit Archer with a chair, but Archer didn't sell it. He was about to do something, but Jake Roberts held him back then. As Kingston tried to help Mox up, like, just like old times, man. We was hanging out together, we celebrating and everything. You done a good job, you carrying this company. But next thing you know, he hit him with a spinning back fist and put him into a choke in. And, come on, champ, get up, champ. And, so I never tapped out, I never quit. But, JR had to say, we're out of time. And they left Moxley on the ground out there. Okay. Listen, overall, I think this was somewhat of an okay show, but I feel like I've seen a lot more negative than positive out of tonight, okay? The only good things I could really say throughout the night was A, the main event, 2, the MJF Jericho segment, 3, I want to say Cody and Cassidy to an extent, but after all I explained earlier, it's just a lot of illogical booking tonight, stuff that didn't make sense, or just stuff that I don't feel like they did. It just was bad, okay? Some stuff was just pretty bad, which I don't know what was going on, or what they announced on here was pretty bad too, because, listen, I can go on about, I just thought the match with FTR and Best Friends was whatever. I figured FTR was going to win anyways, so the match was okay. The whole video game thing with Miro and Sabian and them, that was just dumb, okay? That was bad and that was dumb. I didn't need to see that. That raffle thing was not good. the women's title match was probably the weakest match on the entire show, to be honest. So I didn't really think that was good. Like I said, the Cody Cassidy thing, I don't want to think the match was bad. It was just, why do I need to see this match in another 2 weeks? Why? I just see it tonight. Like, why? How many title shots y'all gonna keep giving Cassidy? Let's like go 3 now at this point. How many you gotta keep giving him? I don't get that. And like, just Darby Allin gets a title shot for no reason, and it's just like, where did he get a title shot? When did this happen? It's like, why is everybody just getting title shots from out of nowhere? Why are we determining stuff about raffles? I don't get that. Okay, so I just thought the show was okay, but I feel like I've seen a little bit more negative than I've seen positive tonight. I like the main event. Like I said, I wish it could have just got a little bit more time. I don't think this comes into comparison from that match they had back at the Tokyo Dome. But I still think it wasn't that bad, though, at the same time, too. Okay, so, yeah, I look at this show. It's just, I don't know what they have next week for, with this whole AEW title tournament and whatnot. What is it, Pin in Phoenix next week? I don't even know when this starts. I think it is next week, whatnot, but just some of this stuff made no sense. I don't even know what that was with but Baker and Shivani, and just a lot. Okay, it just a lot. But that's what my thoughts on AEW was tonight. Okay, like the show, it was okay. I feel like it was okay, but I just feel like I found more negatives than I found positives to this to be a good show. Okay, I know it's a 1-year anniversary and everything, but even I'll say one thing if I go about the whole TNT title one more time. Friend Steven pointed this out. Why do this match? You could have did a contract signing last week, and then you could have done that dog collar match tonight on the 1-year anniversary show. That didn't make sense. But hey, like I said before, Cody's got to get himself over, folks. He's got to put himself over, okay? So that's my opinion of it. But other than that, though, that's my review of AEW Dynamite tonight on their 1-year anniversary. Yeah, at the end of the day, good on them for making a whole year, even though, half of it was just in the arenas, and then half of it is where we are right now in a pandemic, and they can only operate out of Daly's place in Florida, okay? Like I'll say one thing, though, like, I'm kind of still glad and lucky back in February I got to go to possibly one of the last wrestling shows with crowds as a full pay-per-view crowd before shit hit the fan and the pandemic, fucked everything up. Okay, so I will say I got to do that, I try not to brag about that much, but like I could go out and say, hey, shit, I'm that dude just for, hey, I was able to go to this show before shit hit the fan, which I've already been to, All Out last year, and I was at All In also. But yeah, I've been to those 2 shows and whatnot. But yeah, Revolution, I did go to that. But, see it, I was there to see Moxley win the damn title, but still, at least I was at a show before everything hit the fan. Okay, so sometimes I say I'm not basically for doing that. I'm that dude, but like I said, there's a lot of moments you could say from AEW in the past year, but I think they've done a good job given what they have done in some ways. Some, not everything, but there's positives and negatives to that, okay? But yeah, other than that, though, that's my review of AEW tonight. You already heard my thoughts on the show, so tell me, what do you think about tonight's show? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it lived up to the standards of having this 1-year anniversary show? Please tell me what you think. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Tell me what you think about this show tonight. Blah blah blah. You know what I am, know what I do. Show and I flow. Here I go. Comment, subscribe. You know everything how this works. All right. So other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Check out any other video that is uploaded online right now. Okay. So boom, we done. For what else I got to say? No, I already said fuck Columbus Day on Monday. Okay, well, fuck Lights Out. Yeah, I can go with that too. Or fuck Avenatti or whatnot. All right. Other than that, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace. We'll be back later for an NXT review.